Hi, Porter community. This is our second video installment with myself, Dr. Anna Benvenuto, and Mr. Tom Thompson. And we today are here to talk a little bit about diversity, equity, and inclusion. We often say DEI, we just throw it out of our mouths these days and emails. And I think sometimes it can be hard to remember what those words mean and why it's important to us. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today and some of the upcoming work that we have scheduled in the upcoming days and weeks. So diversity, equity, and inclusion. Diversity, we recently heard a definition that I really liked that said any difference that makes a difference. So really, diversity is a representation of our various identities and differences, both collectively and as individuals. And it's really important that we engage and understand on a variety of perspectives. That's what makes our culture better. So we are looking to understand the differences, the different experiences that people have that make our community both stronger and richer for our work together. Equity is seeking to assure both fair treatment and equality of opportunity and access fairly to both information and resources. And this is a way that we can build on our culture respectfully. Inclusion is making sure that people who come with a variety of perspectives feel like they belong in our culture and within our organization. That's whether people work at Porter or whether they're receiving care at Porter. Each person's voice adds value to our work, and we're really looking to make sure that people can come to work as their full selves, feel listened to, supported, and seen for who they really are. We are a richer place for our diversity. So I'm going to now hand this over to Tom to talk about how we've started to understand the diversity within our organization and some of the values around it.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Benvenuto. And thank you, everyone, for taking time to view the video today. If you can flash back to August of last year, our University of Vermont Health Network participating organizations all at the same time took a diversity workforce assessment survey. This was in August of last year to better understand the perspectives of all of our employees around these subjects of diversity, equity, and inclusion. This was a time, of course, that was on the tail end of the activities that had gone in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul with Mr. George Floyd, and the upcoming election, and a lot of angst in our society and our nation. But our network and Dr. Bromstead felt this very important for us to get an understanding of how we as an employer and as a care provider reflect diversity, equity, and inclusion in our practices. So we worked with an organization out of the Twin Cities, actually, and coincidentally, to do this survey across all of our affiliate organizations. And we had some of the highest participation in that survey that the consultant who facilitated it had ever seen. In fact, at Porter, we had 47% of our employees take the survey, which is really outstanding for this type of survey. So that was back in August, a long time ago. Unfortunately, right after that, just as they were getting ready to aggregate the results and start pushing them out to the affiliate organizations, we had the cyber attack that hit our system and our networks. And so that delayed that process, and the process of recovering from that has taken us until this point. We did receive our survey results a week and a half ago. Our DEI Council, that is representative of our organization and has been doing some really nice work that Dr. Benvenuto will speak to in a second. They've reviewed those results, as has the senior leadership team and the two groups together. We are very committed to communicating the results of that survey very transparently throughout the organization. We will never ask you to take a survey without giving you the feedback from that survey, and with an expectation that we will have a lot of dialogue around how we improve as an organization in our relationships with each other and our relationships with our patients. Some of the data is challenging to receive. especially for women and especially for women, for people of color, and for our LGBTQ community. Obviously, it's not where we want to be, but you know what we can do is we can move forward and tackle the data and what it says about us and who we are and seek to be better. And that's what we'll do here at Porter. So the next, look for some communications, next phases in that process of sharing those survey results and a means for us to have safe conversations in our organization about how to move forward. Anna.
Thanks, Tom. Thank you. You know, just a little bit more about our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council. We have been meeting now every month or every few weeks, a group of about 10 people that are representative of all different phases of our care continuum and different types of employees. They have been empowered to lead change within our organization and have been starting the process of getting more educated and partnering with other local organizations like the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion leaders at the college, as well as partners at the Open Door Clinic who have been working to advance equitable and inclusive care for a diverse population for a long time. The group is committed to making our organization a welcoming and affirming place to work and receive care for every single member of the community. The first action that has been planned is to fly the Black Lives Matter flag. This is expressing values of our organization and acknowledging the historic and ongoing challenges to Black members of our community and the different health outcomes that have been created by racism, both historic and ongoing. We anticipate this is going to create some opportunities for conversation, and many people feel really differently about the flag and what it says. But I would encourage respectful and open conversation. These can be vulnerable and hard conversations. But again, my ask of all of you is to have those conversations while caring for each other, assuring that they're respectful. And if anyone is feeling like these conversations are not respectful or you're feeling uncomfortable, please reach out. Whether it's to your leader in your area, whether it's a friend or colleague, whether it's someone in human resources, or any member of the senior leader team. I'd like to also just remind everyone of a new opportunity as well to, if they have concerns about code of conduct or diversity related acts, it's on the intranet, and it's called Ethics Point, and it's an anonymous way to report if you're not feeling that something has gone well for you in that way. So would encourage you to use that resource if that's needed. So I appreciate your time. I appreciate your engagement in these issues. Also open always for suggestions and feedback and questions. These next phases with the diversity workforce assessment and flying the flag for Black Lives Matter are only just the beginning. This is not a one and done action. Tom?
Thank you, everybody, for your attention and for your participation and commitment to this work. Have a good day.